Welcome to Lesson 5 of Cron Mastery. Here's the thing nobody tells you up front. Cron jobs don't live in one place. They live in 4. Each home has its own owner, its own syntax, and its own quirks. Pick the wrong one, and your job either runs as the wrong user or it quietly doesn't run at all. So in this lesson, we're going to map all 4 side by side. So here's the roadmap. By the end of this lesson, you'll be able to do 4 things. Find every cron tab on a box in about 30 seconds, read the 6-field system syntax, the one with the extra user column, pick the right home for any job using a simple decision tree, and sidestep the cross-user trap that bites people who edit the wrong file as the wrong user. 4 locations, 2 syntaxes, 1 decision tree. That's the whole game. Let's map those 4 homes onto the actual file system. Every Linux distro, Ubuntu, Debian, Fedora, Arch, Alpine, puts cron files in the same places because cron is older than the distros themselves. Home 1 lives under var spool cron crontabs, 1 file per user, edited with crontab.e. Homes 2, 3, and 4 all sit under, etc., the master crontab file, the cron.d drop-in directory, and the run parts folders, hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, where you just drop an executable and walk away. Now here's the first real gotcha that separates user crontabs from system ones. A user crontab has 5 time and command fields because cron already knows who owns the file. But the moment you move into etc. crontab or etc. cron.d, you need a 6th field and the username wedged between the schedule and the command. Forget it, and cron silently rejects the entire file. No syslog warning, no bounce, nothing. Your whole system crontab just quietly stops firing. So when you inherit a box and need to know what's actually scheduled on it, run these 4 commands in order. Start with cat etc. crontab for the system master, then ls etc. cron.d for package drop-ins, then peek into the run parts directories like etc. cron.daily to see the executable scripts, and finally sudo ls var spool cron crontabs to enumerate every user's personal jobs. 4 commands, 4 homes, and now nothing is hiding from you. Now that you can find them, let's talk about who's actually allowed to edit each one, because this is where convention ends and the kernel starts enforcing things. Home 1, the user crontab, is locked down to its owner with mode 0600, and crontab.e is the only sane way in. Home 2, etc. crontab, is root only and edited with a plain text editor. Home 3, the drop-in directory, is also root-owned but designed for 1 file per package, and Home 4, the run parts diars, doesn't take crontab syntax at all. Root just drops an executable, and cron runs it as root on the schedule baked into the directory name. With permissions out of the way, here's the decision tree that ties the 4 homes together. Ask 2 questions in order. First, does this job need to run as a specific non-U user or touch the whole system? If no, you're done. It's a user crontab, crontab.e, move on. If yes, ask the second question. Does the schedule need to be precise? Precise means a drop-in at etc. cron.d. Loose, just daily or hourly, means dropping a script into etc. cron.daily and letting run parts handle it. And when you genuinely can't decide, default to a user crontab. It's the most forgiving of the 4. Now, why 4 homes and not 1? Because each one was bolted on to solve a different problem, decades apart. In 1975, Unix v7 cron only knew about per-user files. That's where user crontabs come from, and honestly, that's still the right default. The 1980s brought extra crontabs so root could schedule jobs as other users, which worked until it became one giant file nobody wanted to touch. Then in the 90s, package managers needed to drop in their own jobs without editing that master file, and etc. cron.d was born. Same pattern every time. Centralization breaks at scale. 1 file per concern wins. So here's your cheat sheet. Pause the video, screenshot it, tape it next to your monitor. 3 columns tell you everything. where each job lives on disk, how many fields its syntax expects, and the exact command to edit it safely. The trap to remember is in the middle column, system files in etc., crontab, and etc., cron.d need that sixth user field, and if you forget it, cron silently rejects the file. No error, no email, just nothing happens. Time to put this into your hands. 3 exercises, about 30 minutes total. First, audit your own box. Find every cron job across all 4 homes and note who runs it. Second, take a user crontab line and translate it into a 6-field etc. cron.d entry, paying close attention to that user slot. And third, 3 real scenarios where you pick the right home and justify it using the decision tree. Do these on your own machine. That's where the muscle memory sticks. Before you go practice, here are the 5 traps that bite everyone at least once. Sudo crontab-e edits roots spool, not etc. crontab. A line in etc. cron.d without the user field silently kills the whole file. Scripts in cron.daily need the execute bit and clean file names. No dots, no tildes. Editing a spool file directly bypasses the mtime trigger, so cron keeps running the old version. And cron.daily has no precise timing. If you need 0300 sharp, use etska cron.d instead. So that's lesson 5. 4 homes, 1 decision tree. User crontab when you own the job and 5 fields are enough. System crontab when ownership matters and you want that 6th field, etc. cron.d when a package drops in its own file, and run parts under cron hourly, daily, weekly, or monthly when timing is loose. Next up, lesson 6, the environment trap. Why your script runs perfectly in your shell and then quietly does nothing under cron. See you there.